Hello and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Kinlami. On our lineup today, it's all about group exhibitions, from a convergence by some artists in the commercial city of Lagos who meet years after graduating from the same institution, to these paintings which speak louder than words at another part of Lagos. That and more after we hear from our wordsmith for this week.
Our wordsmith for this week is titled Life is Ephemeral by Lucky Onya. Hashtag haiku. Wealth and penury are mental conditioning. Happiness a choice. Hashtag tanka. Youth becomes ripened. Trip from nadir to zenith. Sign out of schooling with a kin of mild nausea. Leave this veil of tears in doubt. Hashtag Fibonacci. Do spice your life. Beyond touch. We are more than flesh. Find meaning for living the life.
For the first time since they graduated from school, these artists come together again to tell their stories through the works of art displayed in this group exhibition titled Convergence.
It's been about 15 years since they left the School of Art, Design and Printing of the Yaba College of Technology. Now they meet again in this exhibition room at the Jelosimi Art Center, Lagos, to share memories and experiences as an artist after graduation.
This, for me, is a journey that began around 2000 at Yaba Tech. For all of us showing today, we all gain admission into Yaba Tech as strangers. And today we are coming together after 15 years of graduation. We all graduated in 2006, and this is more of a reunion. For the first time after graduating, we've all tried to create our works and travel a different part of the world and show our works. And today we're coming together to actually do a reunion in form of an art exhibition to show our works.
So after 15 years of graduating from the college, we all have gone on separately for years and been doing our thing until recently we decided to come together to converge. And that's the reason why I have the title, The Convergence. The title to be Convergence is like reuniting ourselves after years of not being together.
It's actually, a good thing for you to see your students, ex-students for that matter, coming out as a group. This particular student actually graduated about over 10 years ago. And with that, individually, they have actually evolved over time. And they've come from far and near because some of them are in the diaspora. But they've come together to actually put this together at Jelosimi, an art center by Abolora Shobayo.
The unique things about this artwork is the fact that we have diverse work, from mixed media to realism to works that have to do with recyclage, from usage of pure nylon, cover top of bottles. And the fact that about almost 70 or 80% of the graduating set of 2006, are still practicing art, are still creating art. This is a whole lot for us because rarely we have a lot of people graduate from art school and they'll still be creating works of art at this level. So for me, it's a whole lot of plus for us.
Seven artists make up this Convergence. As individuals, some of them have been able to stand out and give the country permanence through their images, making their mark by inspiring others who look up to them.
The works I've seen here it's not just the work, but the minds that came together to do this exhibition, considering the many years that we've been apart after graduating from school. So coming together here is so exciting because many of us have gone far and wide doing our thing, and then we decided to come together and showcase some of the things that we've gone through as a journey, and then it speaks for us as we came here together.
We realize we all are doing different things as an individual, and we've not seen each other for a long time, and we've never had a collaboration. So we thought, okay, we finished college some time ago. We can't just separate like that without having a show together or find a way of coming together. And this is also a way of telling the people from the student from Yaba College of Technology that you could also be, you could be someone in the future. It's not just because we have to actually show the students, like you could be Oresha Olumide someday, you could be an Idowoluwashun someday, you could be someone someday. So if we don't have a show like that to actually show them that we can come together and present something like that for them to see, there's possibility that they won't even think they could do things like that. So that's the reason why we decided to have this show, and we want to, it's more or less like a reunion for us to see each other and to, propagate whatever, to show what we've been doing for the past years.
It has actually shown that you can train under the same roof in the same school, and with time, that is what we expect, that they are expected to actually evolve on their own and be able to distinct themselves. So on their own, because we have people like Oreshegun, Gafaranko, Shobayanko, these are ex-students of Yaba College of Technology that are actually doing well, locally and internationally. And one inspiring things about the work they've done is about the fact that you need to see the way they've actually explored materials, exploration, experimentation. That is the potpourri of what we're witnessing today.
For me, I think they've done very well with this. I think in a way they've kept history together. They've archived all their works, and it's very rare to see classmates coming together after 10, 20, 30 years after leaving university and doing and showcasing their work. So I think it's a brilliant initiative, and I think they should do more of it. And most importantly, it should be more of a source of inspiration to other art students to also come together and celebrate themselves.
So far, the artworks of others being displayed here are very, very, very okay. The draftsmanship in their work, their skill, and a lot of work they've put into what they do. They've created a style, a niche. If you look at people, someone like Peter Oka, Peter Walker has created a niche for himself, a style. Olumide Oreshegun has created a niche and a style. Same thing for Idowu Oluwaseun, Funke, Awesu Gafar, and Harriet. You see, for me, the works are at a very good level. In as much as I can say we are like mid-career artists, but our progression is very high, and we're going actually at the level whereby we've started mentoring other young people and inspiring them for greater things.
The Jelosimi Art Center has also used this exhibition as a mentoring session not just for art students at the Yaba College of Technology, Lagos, but for those studying art, generally to be inspired through the journey of these artists.
We'll be enjoying more tales through art from the images you send to our Facebook page, and when Art House returns in a moment, do stay with us. The works of art you sent in this week has independence fever written all over it. Artists talk about how they feel about Nigeria at 61. Let's begin with Achike Anayo, who has this mixed media on canvas work called Greener Pastures. Then Ifeanyi Arize says he has mixed feelings with this coffee on acid-free paperwork. Baba Lanky is encouraging everyone to see no evil and hear no evil and speak no evil about Nigeria at 61 with this charcoal pencil on glossy paperwork. Then Dare Popola is just saying, Happy Independence Day, God bless Nigeria, with this work he calls Hopefully, done with glossy painting on paper. Then Tosin Oyeni has this offset ink on paperwork, which he calls Independent. While Victor Jegede has this pencil on paperwork as well, which he calls independent. That's a word I guess he coined. Then Elisha Godfred has this watercolor on watercolor pad. He's asking a question, where do we go from here? Especially now that we're 61. Then Michael Soji says we should draw strength from our unity with this watercolor painting called Unity in Diversity. My Country, My Pride is a leather on beadwork done by Benjamin Ohepo. He says, my country is my pride no matter what, and I celebrate Nigeria at 61. While Fort Zimo has this oil on canvas work, which he simply calls the spiral, in bracket, Nigeria at 61. Those are the works of art you sent in this week. We encourage you to keep them coming.
Produce works of art which are backed by ideas and philosophies calculated to help upgrade and uplift the life of the people.
This other group exhibition has more tales to reveal, right from the title, A Room Full of Stories at the Kokopelli Gallery, Lagos.
It's a room with colorful stories, painted by about 14 artists, and visitors have gathered at the Kokopelli Gallery in Lagos to experience these tales curated by Kenny Ekundayo.
A Room Full of Stories is the inaugural exhibition of the Kokopelli Gallery, and I think the primary objective of this exhibition is to expatiate on the need to include visual art as a necessary form of storytelling. When you talk about storytelling, I think the most popularized versions or forms of storytelling are oral, written, and digital forms. And in a way, the role of visual art has been it has been watered down, so to speak. And through this exhibition, I'm positing a theory that it is necessary to include visual art as a necessary form of storytelling. And the design of the exhibition is structured in a way that it's synonymous to you opening a book. So when you're flipping through the pages of a collection of short stories, you're moving from one story to the other. It's the same feeling you get when you move from one work to the other in this show.
I believe that a painting tells a whole lot of stories too, and we're trying to, at the Kokopelli Gallery, we represent storytelling. When you come inside of the gallery, when you come inside the gallery from the ground floor, the first art piece you're encountering, you are reading a story, you're reading into the mind of the artist, what they have to say. And one beautiful thing about it is, from a piece of artwork, you can continue based on the mood of the artist that the artist has created. You can continue the story, from your mind, and it's so intriguing. I've always loved stories, and I feel like we can, do more with this. That we'll tell stories. It's not all the time we're passing an idea or we're trying to pass a message with an art piece. You can tell a real story, a fictional story, something intriguing.
The images, rendered with attention to color and details, express different topics from the eye of the artists who are sharing them, as they draw the audience into a world as they know it, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Usually in an event's atmosphere, you see a lot of display of lights and shadows. So I decided to go with a lot of dark purples and shades, and with a complementary yellow lights, which are spotlights that just dazzled across faces in the background and in the foreground. So yeah, I enjoyed the visual, the lighting that comes with events such as these, and the amount of lights and how it dazzles and plays around the contours of the faces of the people that have come for the event.
What we have here is a bronze sculpture that I tied to state of mind. Well, I titled it state of mind due to experiences I've had in time. But the first impression that comes to your mind when you see this is this story of slavery. But my intention actually is not about the slavery. I'm trying to create an awareness to people so they understand that they can actually use their mind to do greater stuff. This guy right here is actually a free man, but he's unaware of his freedom. And that's why you have these broken chains that were supposed to hold him. But if he's aware of his freedom, he would use his mouth to free himself. So I'm using this to create awareness for people to speak up and free themselves of whatever bondage they find themselves in.
We did our research and found the artists that fit in, into this, like people like Bolaji Ogunwo, who told stories of the pandemic, the COVID-19 era, and he told the stories in a series, and it's so intriguing. People like Kel Savage, the motion graphics artist, that those stories with 3 single channel videos, and you talked about the realm of gods, talked about African gods and the masks, the significance through visual through motion graphics. People like Dr. Makun that told story. Dr. Makun is into event also, so he has stories around his encounters at concerts and all of that with the piece called Convergence. So and so on and so forth, like Damola Dekboju, Salako, Ibrahim Bamidele, So we found the right artists, the ones that, they have storytelling pieces that could fit into what the project is all about.
The names of the artists who created each piece are inscribed above, so everyone knows who did what. Some even pose beside their favorite works of art.
When I think about what the future holds for Nigerian artists or art from Africa, I'm quite hopeful. I'm quite expectant because it's on an ever increase, especially given the fact that African art is being demanded and it's been accepted widely all around the world.
Like the theme goes, a room full of story. I decided to use the female gender to talk about, tell my own kind of story. Now, concerning the colors, when you hear the word woman, I think the first thing that should come into your mind is reproduction. So I decided to make use of this green, which symbolizes plentiness, fertility, abundance, and then the grapes. If you go back to the biblical era or the times in the Bible, it's being used to symbolize abundance. There is plentiness in the land.
The artists have told their tales by doing what they do best, create expressive images using diverse media.
Interesting narrative there. And for what to expect next time, take a look.
Next week on Art House. Beauty and Motion Sculptured Nature, a group exhibition in Lagos. Then we enjoy highs from the Lagos Comics Convention. So don't miss the next edition of Art House.
Your Art House experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's Art House today. We appreciate you always for taking time to be with us and look forward to seeing you again. But till then, you know where to find me on any of our social media platforms where the conversation continues. I'm Melinda Akinlami, encouraging you to stay safe and keep being creative.